You know, there was a really horrible crime committed in New York this past Father's Day. Take a look at this video with me. You see this guy. Long Island police say surveillance video shows him robbing a pharmacy. Take a good look. He allegedly kills 4 people point blank before taking all the OxyContin he could stuff in that backpack there and walks right out. Among the dead, a 17-year-old who would have been going to prom this week, also killed a woman who was engaged to be married this fall, and took the lives of 2 men who had children and grandchildren. It is horrible, but here is the reality. Ever since OxyContin hit the market, pharmacies have increasingly become targets of armed robbers. Most of them demand just the OxyContin. They don't want the cash, they don't want other drugs, just OxyContin. I want to bring in Steve Kardian. He's a former police detective. And Steve, before we talk about the why here, when you heard about this fatal shooting, if my understanding, it was a very small, not a chain pharmacy, small place on Long Island, were you surprised?
No, I'm not, Brooke, because that type of a pharmacy is what we refer to as a soft target. It's an easy hit. It's easy access. You see how he went in. We see that these drug-crazed criminals, people that are addicted to the opiates, are very determined. They're very desperate, and they do irrational things.
So when you Google, you can Google the phrase pharmacy holdup, and you can get like 86 pages of results nationwide. They go all the way back to 2001. All for OxyContin. And here we are, I know that prescription drug abuse is up. Are these types of pharmacy crimes up, Steve? And if so, why now?
We're looking at, in the past 5 years, at least 1,800 cases of pharmacy robberies, and not even in addition to the burglaries. This is going to replace bank robberies. And what we're seeing is that OxyContin is such a powerful drug that it can be resold on the street. One bottle of 60 tablets, 60 to 80 milligrams, can go for $5,000. Now, the opiates are so highly addictive. They're a Schedule II drug. The DEA regulates and follows and tracks these drugs very, very closely. They're very dangerous. They're highly addictive, and people that are stuck on them do very desperate things.
Well, you talk about the DEA. I know that the DEA has been cracking down on catching some of the more major players stealing these prescription meds. DEA has also been holding national prescription drug take-back days where they go, people's homes so that you can pull out, unused pills and turn them in. But that only addresses one issue. I mean, what really is the root here? Is it the addiction? Is it the drugs? Is it the pharmaceutical companies? The doctors who maybe are overprescribing? What is the root issue? Well, we are an addictive society, and we're seeing that this medication is being distributed rather easily. With regard to the pharmacies, we're seeing that they're soft targets. We see the pharmacist has now attained the role of a physician. He needs to talk to patients about interactions with drugs. So it's an open area. The only thing between you and thousands of drugs is a small barrier. So I can envision in the future seeing it much like a convenience store or a gas station, an overnight store, where they're in an enclosure because they have to be. Because they're a soft target, he could walk right in, he can jump over that counter. The Schedule II drugs are supposed to be locked up, but they are accessible. In this case, he walked away with more than a month's supply. I realize this could happen any pharmacy, soft target chain, anywhere in the country. And I know that some of the pharmacies just down the road from this one already adding cameras and armed guards. They're frightened. Steve Kardian, appreciate you coming on. Thank you.